Now the big question is, what do all of these arguments have in common? Now, one thing he could tell me they have in common is in trying to find and prove that they're invalid by counterexample, we end up contradicting ourselves, which is correct, but that's every valid argument is going to have that true of it. But if you take a look at it, I think you're going to see that there's a common form, logical form, a common pattern. If you think about it, imagine that you've gone out and you got a pair of shoes and you really like these shoes and you got them in a particular color. And you think these are comfortable, they're great. It's everything that you want in the shoe. And let's say you decide you need the shoe in another color. Well, what you might do is you say, gee, I want to get the same shoe in the same pattern in another color. But notice we're talking about the same pattern. I think if we look at these arguments, we're going to see that they follow the same pattern. So what do all these valid arguments have in common? And these particular ones, they follow the same pattern. Here's the first example. You can go back and check out the rest of the examples. If you look at the first premise, what it says is some individual is in a certain group or category. Socrates is a man. Cindy Crawford is a supermodel. Abraham Lincoln is a politician. Now, the second premise says all members of this group, this category, have some other characteristics. In the case of our Socrates argument, all men, everything that's in the group of men, has the characteristic of being mortal. That is, not living forever, dying at some point. Okay, and the conclusion is that the individual that was mentioned in premise 1 also has this other characteristic that's mentioned in premise 2. So we're beginning to see they all have this they follow this common pattern, or in fact you might even say that this is the logical form. And let's now turn to figuring out what exactly about this makes up the logical form.